You pulled that trophy out of a velvet bag and put it in front of me, and the shine of it just threw me there. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, it's such an exciting thing.
What does that feel like? You're walking around with this.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's incredible. I can say I'm a world champion, and I'm carrying around the World Cup in that velvet bag that you mentioned.
It's unbelievable. How did you celebrate the win with the rest of the team?
Well, we definitely went out for a nice dinner and a sort of moment with the team and all the staff and everyone who made it possible for us. We did that immediately after when we were still in Seville. And then I went over to New Brunswick and celebrated with my Maritime family, and now I'm celebrating with my West Coast family.
Oh, fantastic. Now, for people who may not know, how does team tennis work exactly? You think of tennis as a sort of individual sport. How is it scored? How are you ranked as a team? And how do you win as a team?
Yeah, this is pretty unique because like you said, the majority of the time during the year, it is an individual sport. I compete for myself the bulk of the time. But once a year, we do have this World Cup of Tennis, the Billie Jean King Cup. And your national association will select certain players, so you have to be nominated and accept the invitation. And there's usually 4 or 5 players that are invited. And then we go head-to-head against other nations, the best in the world. So our ranking every year changes. So I don't think we were ranked very high going in because we had to go through qualifiers earlier this year, which was held actually in Vancouver. But now I think we're actually ranked number 1.
It's unbelievable what you've managed to accomplish. I mean, a lot of the women on your team are I guess, fairly unknown. I mean, they're not super common names. There's Leila Fernandez, of course, who's a top-ranked player at 35th. But what was it about this team that made them so unbeatable?
Well, I think we're really proud to represent Canada on a national stage like this. We were talking about it the whole time, how it's so amazing and incredible to play for something that's greater than just yourself. And also to come together as a team instead of just an individual for that one special time of year. So I feel like because we're such a cohesive unit with such a similar mindset, it really pushed us to achieve greater things. And it was really inspiring watching my teammates compete and to win the cup together as a unit was really incredible.
That's got to be so great because, I mean, most of the time it's just you and fighting yourself, or you have yourself only to rely on when you're out there on the court, and having the support of a team must be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it makes it so special, because it's that one time a year you can be part of many different people into one team. A lot of the women let me back up. You actually took a break in tennis in 2013. Yeah.
Tell me about that. Why did you step away from the game?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't really manage my schedule very well at the time. I kind of burnt myself out in a way, and that affected my mental health. And so at the time I decided, in order for me to feel happy and healthy, the best thing would be to step away from tennis. I didn't even think I'd actually return to the sport until 2017 I decided, but I first competed in 2018. And so being able to get back into the top 100 in the singles ranking, and then now to be a World Cup champ, I don't think I would have fathomed this during that time off. So I'm incredibly proud of how far personally I've come, but the people who helped get me there as well. This tennis community in Vancouver specifically has really fostered my growth and development mentally, emotionally. And so I'm really proud of all the people who got me there.
The Canadian men's team also claimed their very first Davis Cup, the men's equivalent. How big is Canadian tennis right now?
Seems like it hasn't been better. I mean, it's really incredible. I think when the men won the Davis Cup last year, the women were left with the feeling like, we can do that. Yeah. So it really motivated us this year as well to win. So there's actually a 2-week overlap. The men are actually competing today, if anyone's interested, in their Davis Cup. But there was a 2-week overlap where you have 2 world champions in tennis for the first time ever. So that's really amazing. And then we have, a plethora of players on the men's side. And then we have a lot of depth on the women's side as well right now. So I think it'll foster a lot of development for the future, like the young ones watching right now.
What is it like to be walking around with that silverware?
It's heavy.
How heavy is it?
Yeah, you'll have to pick it up after, but it's you have to have some muscle to it.
Oh my gosh.
And this is just the mini version. Yeah. I'm hoping that, I know they did a tour of the men's Davis Cup last year across Canada. I'm hoping we can do that with the Billie Jean King Cup.
That would be
this
great.
Year across Canada, so you can see the big thing. But they were really kind and gave us all our own individual mini versions.
Isn't
So
that
it's pretty
lovely?
heavy. And then we also got these blue jackets.
I saw.
Sort of like how in the men's golf at the Masters, they have the green jackets. We have the Billy Blue
Oh, they're beautiful.
World Champ jackets. So
Wow.
it's nice to have sort of the memorabilia to go with the incredible moment.
You are hoping to qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah.
What needs to happen for that to be the case?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. It's something that I've dreamed of since I was a kid, so it's never off the table in that sense. I went to compete in Pan Am Games down in Santiago, Chile, and there was an Olympic qualifier spot open there, and I lost in the semifinals. I needed to make the finals, so I just missed that. The next step would be I need to be basically top 70 in the singles rankings, and right now I'm ranked around 170. I just took a little bit of a hit in my ranking, but I know I can get back there. I was there last year. It just takes a lot of work, and you know, I have a lot of self-belief, at least, that if I push myself, I can do it. But, you know, I just have to get there.
I can't imagine the amount of work it takes.
Yeah, it's definitely 24/7. I don't have any other job than tennis, but I feel really fortunate in that sense that it's what I get to do every day.